soon. Please give a moment to make sure everything's set on up. Looks like YouTube and come up on up. I cannot speak today, can I? Again, what? The Rumble. Rumble. Good. Looks like that's good as well. Looks like Twitter is going up. Going. And let me check my other computer. Please give me another moment. Looks like everything's good to go. Oh, I need over here. Perfect. Now I can see switching it a little bit better. And I think I'm good to go. So let's go and get started. Got a good number of replays. Jeez, that's probably a bit too much Infinity Isle. Let's save the Magmageddon for a little bit later. Let's go and do this one first. Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Route 3 replay. Spawn on the top right side as the yellow allies, we have Prince Salil. Spawn on the left side as the red Soviets, we have Barkamigru 05. I have no idea how to pronounce that. Either way, do guys got a boot camp, or not boot camp, barracks not deployed on field. We do have some bears being deployed on out. Reactor go on up now. Looks like 3 bears. We got 3 dogs. Of course, all depends who get their bark or roars off first or second. Really, second could be good. And that one does take out that dog there and does get that one going. And now this bear needs to engage this dog here before it loses his bear. Mutual trade wouldn't be half bad. This one does have his bark or roar up and going. It does pull back. So 2 dogs went down and 1 bear goes down. Over here, do have a handful of conscripts. Now the combat engineer's eyeing for the oil derrick. The engineer will throw himself in the oil derrick as well. We've got 3 more dogs of 874. The combat engineer will get in there. No battle bunker. And does gun down 1 of the dogs. Does gun down 2 of the dogs there. Make the ATF proud. And now we do have this last dog falling on back. Looks like there's, wow, there's 6 bears, 4 conscripts, no, 7 bears. There's a lot of bears. Do not have these peacekeepers now being deployed on the field, as well as a vast command hub. That's a little bit unusual. We do have, of course, a boot camp here going for expansion. Does go ahead and get the shields up, in which the conscripts need to pull out the Molotovs. They can one-shot a shielded infantry. And with that, with the roars there, okay, that they're not getting the proper Molotovs off. Dog does come out, get a couple free bears for free. Does get a roar there. And they're missing even a stationary target. Great. Great bark there. The conscripts need to start throwing. Does get the kill there with the bear. Now the conscripts are advancing forward, trying to Molotov down the boot camp. Does get a kill there onto that peacekeeper. These peacekeepers could fall back. This command hub here could provide a build radius for a turret. Thought something was being put out there. I thought it was a dog coming on out. Oh, did a dog? Was there a dog there? And got Molotov splashdown? By the way, that does get cleaned on up. Well, good number of Molotovs now being thrown on in. One of the conscripts are fully heroic. And does get now has 2 veteran conscripts, though one of them is a sneeze away from death. We do, of course, got some walls here that'll slow down the Molotovs. He's starting to get some great damage there. Peacekeepers have abandoned this area, trying to flank this force. Maybe trying to eye for some Molotovs over here. Does have the naval expansion up and going. May need to get a Riptide. And now he's under threatening down the power plant. Getting some good damage there, though, throwing some Molotovs there on that wall segment. Could see more wall segments going up. There we go, a multi-gun turret there. You can sell the power plant to get the Peacekeeper out as well. Trying to repair it up. A little bit late for the repair tool. It does take it out there. Peacekeeper, wooden Peacekeeper still alive. Low in power now. Riptide now advancing on forward. And we'll gun down first the heroic conscript, and the rest of this force will be gunned down. But the bears can't escape out sea. That one does get stuck, and now we do got the terror drone here snaring the Riptide. It does gun down the terror drone there. Conscripts are getting gunned down, and they do all get gunned down. We now have a power plant here to try and get some more power, of course. The bears are being gunned down as well. They did not escape out to sea. We got a sickle here. Lead jump. Oh! He put the prospector right there, stopped it, preventing any sort of valid jumping location, which caused him to fly over. Excellent micro there. And there we go. He has to stop again. The flea jump is off cooldown, and very, very good micro there. That's one way to stop a sickle harassment. And does not get successful there. Now this prospector will receive some automatic weapons fire. Receive a lot of bursts there. Riptide's now coming forward, trying to gun down the sickle. Riptides are getting caught on each other, so they're getting focused on one at a time. Does Flea jump on the far side, getting some more damage on the prospector. Well, I'm just going to go ahead and go on down. Got a lot of bullfrogs here, as well as multi-gun turret leeching down the hammer tank, leeching down the multi-gun turret there. The Riptide, not Riptide. The sickle does go down there. We got the high ground expansion. We got a dog over here not blocking the naval expansion, and we do have, of course, the naval yard here getting some much needed repairs. More power plants split out at sea. Got a multi-gun turret queued up just in case, and does throw down another multi-gun turret there. Now he's back reaching down another multi-gun turret there. Vindicator's pushing way forward. We got some bullfrogs right here. He does spot the Vindicator. Bomb run does connect. Doesn't do half damage to the hammer tank. Alright's now pushing on back and does grab some more of these hammer tanks to push on forward. Got these forces now trying to push on forward. Could try leeching down the observation post to get a bit extra health, or this civilian structure. Gyrocopter and Vindicator push way forward. Don't see any anti-aircraft turrets here. Trying to freeze down the ore collector now. The bullfrogs are pretty far away. It does get the freeze down the ore collector. It does do a nice bomb split there. Could throw some more bombs onto the aerodrome there, but it's going to try for the other ore collector. And the bullfrogs are now getting some hits there onto that, what's called, Gyrocopter. Don't know why my mind skipped out. Black Tower now going on up, going for another ore collector now. This expansion here will now be focused down on, he pulled back all of his bullfrogs in the back there. So now he can't get these guys shrunken, can't get these guys frozen. You are frozen, Assault Destroyer pushing way forward. The Prospector could try crushing the shrunken hammer tanks. Now the rest of these hammer tanks are starting to go on down. Poor control there overall by the Soviet player with allowing these guys to be picked off like that. Looks like this Assault Destroyer will be ripped apart by a terror drone. And there's a Tesla Warrior, not anti-aircraft. There's a lot of Gyrocopters here. Is able to quickly freeze on the refinery. Bullfrogs do find an angle there, but of course this far one can maintain the freeze. Does lose the ore refinery now. May want to get that ore collector crushed or just put in reserve. Hammer tanks now advancing on forward. We do have these crowdcopters advancing as well. 5 of them, a bit wounded. No flak tower over here, but I think 1 flak tower wouldn't be enough to stop 5 crowdcopters. Vindicator's elite. And now the Bullfrog's coming back. He's pulled back his entire army. No Crusher Current to get these guys healed up. Now he's going for an airfield. He needs some MiGs. Crowdcopters advancing on forward, trying to get some freezing done. There's a good opportunity over here. Crusher Crane is deployed on the field. And he will get this ore refinery, no problem. Bullfrog's now charging forward. Of course, there's 5 crowdcopters. Does bomb, use the rest of his bomb there. The Vindicator is heroic. It does not go down right there. Crowdcopters still being pursued. It's a lot of crowdcopters there, so they can withstand a lot of damage. And they can shrink down a lot of Bullfrogs, completely neutering them as well. There's a single flak tower here, getting some damage. Of course, it can easily be outranged by the crowdcopters. I do have to push my way forward. Not focusing on the low health one just yet. Does get 1 kill. Trying to go for the Vindicator now. Does get the bombing run off. There's another ore refinery down. So the heroic Vindicator may go down. Does go down, giving a fully heroic MiG. You don't need a Crusher Crane to repair it now. Find some more missiles there. Getting some good kills. Apollo now on the field, but the heroic MiG could potentially win on a 1v1. Does go into Bullfrog range. More Apollo's not being deployed on the field. Red's ground force could advance forward, but of course it is Assault Destroyer here. And immediately gets that Terror Drone killed. And now satellites running on it, just the level 1 satellites. He does take out one of the Riptides there, does snare himself a Riptide as well. When we start leeching him down, as well as the multi-gun turret, this one will go down. The extra gun has been claimed by this one right here. Crowdcopters push way forward, shrinking out these forces, and now they're going falling back. Up the multi-gun IFVs gets some great damage from the MiGs. Does shoot down one of the MiGs. Clock Tower will keep this area protected. May want to get another one over here a bit closer. I do got a pair of Athena cannons pushing way forward, eyeing to siege down this region. Can they reach that far? I think so. And they may not actually be able to reach that far. Oh, no, they are. Twin Blades pushing forward, does immediately throw the shield generator there, and the other one will siege down this infrastructure, even getting good AoE damage on the naval yard. Naval yard could go down, still up and going. Assault Destroyers makes its way out to sea. Got the Soviet MCV packing up, eyeing for the backline naval expansion now. I don't think I've seen the ally player deployed any protocols just yet. I'll quickly freeze on the ore refinery. Balls are here for escort. It does drop all of his bombs onto it. MiGs do find some volleys there. They don't take out that Vindicator. Apollo's now engaging. Of course, the heroic one does go down. And the multi-gunner IVs do take out the rest of the MiGs as well. 2 of the Apollos do escape on out of there. Very, very wounded along with the Vindicator. Now got a good number of flak troopers as well as some hammer tanks. Bullfrog's being pushed too far forward. Do got a Mirage tank here. Trying to go for some mag mines here, but of course the Prism Cannon does some great work there. Speaking about Prism Cannon now, there is a Prism Cannon on one of these hammer tanks. The Mirage tank gave to his opponent. Good Blades pushing forward, trying to gun down these forces.
Who's looking for a good pounding?
And it looks like the Soviet force is getting melted by the high-tier Allied force. Trying to focus on the Athenas. One Athena does go down, so does the Assault Destroyer. No more Bullfrogs here, so the Apollo will get some great damage done. Gets a Black Tower back here to potentially save some. And now he's sitting there letting the Flak Tower get some kills, so does only save one of the Bullfrogs. Let's get a Terror Drone effect on the Multi-Gunner IFV. And now this MiG will be gunned down by the Multi-Gunner IFV. Mirage Tank does take out the Multi-Gunner IFV. The head was infected. MiG now seems to fire there. There's a heroic Apollo camping it. And the prism cans on the Mirage tanks can't shatter frozen targets, but he does surrender. This is Android saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. I think that was this one here. Let's do this one. Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Road 3 replay. So on the bottom right side as the Magenta Empire, we have Bordel. So on the top left side as the Blue Allies, we have Evaros 331. We have some instant generators now being deployed on the field, as well as some instant dojos. Food camp deployed on the field as well. I'm not familiar with this map, but do have oil derrick here and here. And these are observation posts. There is some garrisons in the center of the map. Dog does push his way forward, and will get gunned down by the Imperial Warrior. Of course, expansions coming on out. Over here, we do have the dog as well, eyeing to find this engineer, and does get nommed. Does take out the engineer, great pick there, and now he's going to try to las down the civilian structures and deny that from his opponent. You now have more dogs being pushed on full or falling back after getting that kill. And this civilian structure will go down. You got now multiple peacekeepers streaming on forward. We got both expansions here. Maybe going for an armor facility right now. He does get the engineer inside that oil derrick. Bonsai charge does not connect. The peacekeeper does blow the shield at the last moment. Got multiple Imperial Warriors here. Mega Tengu could potentially get some damage on the peacekeeper. And it's going to laser lock down that oil derrick. So you will lose that shortly. You did get some credits from it, not a whole lot though. Imperial Warriors and Mega Tengu now pushing forward, trying to engage these peacekeepers. Does find the laser lock javelin, cleans them up. Some of these peacekeepers not being gunned down as well. That one does get gunned down. Now they've got these Imperial Warriors advancing up north. We do have this dog right here. Now we've got the MCV eye set up right here. Apollo may go down by these Jet Tengus. Does go down to the Jet Tengu. Nice little pick there by the Empire. Has a handful of infantry forces here. That's enough to garrison any structure that comes along. It's just this one. That structure is now being garrisoned on up. We do got this ore refinery here as well. Let's see, starting to split up his Imperial Warriors. Got a good number of Mega Tengus picking off some infantry forces. Let's get some good bomber runs there, taking out two of the Imperial Warriors. And do got this air base here as well. Empire player is now eyeing for an expansion here, getting his third refinery up. The Allied player already has his third refinery up. And the Apollo will go down there as well. One of the Jet Tengus will go down in return. And now the Apollo is receiving some more fire now. Whoops. Crazy. And looks like the Imperial Warrior does go down to the Peacekeepers. There are two Peacekeepers there. You got a dog advancing from C. And on this map, there's actually not a whole lot of expansion points, is there? This is the last remaining expansion point. Oh no, I suppose there's another one in the low ground, so this looks like 5 potential expansions for each player. or refinery nodes, not expansions. Jet Tengus, or not Jet Tengus, Apollos ×4 flying around. Once engaged, the Jet Tengus whenever they pop up. Not sure one down right there. Looks like one of the double airfield. Yeah, we do have double airfields. Looks like when the Apollos went down there. We have Imperial Warriors inside this garrison, slowly gunning down the power plant. And I got these Tengus. Do you see a bomber run there? There's 4 Apollos in the sky, so he's going to have trouble engaging all of that. He's going to need some Striker VXs. This may be the Mega Bay upgrade. Nope, more Mega Tengus. The Empire player, maybe eyeing for the... He's in a position so he can expand out both naval expansion and to over here. Apollo's pushing way forward. Not any air forces engaged, but the Vindicator is not in this mix. There's 5 Apollos here. The Jet Tengus are way up north, trying to engage from the north. And we do have a armor facility next to the final land expansion for the Allied player. Not sure where these guys are really eyeing. The Jet Tengus are over here trying to engage, or setting on up. They could potentially go for a big harassment on some of these prospectors. You got the Air Forces pushing over here. They are now falling back, trying to hit some of these power plants. Very nice. More defense drones just connected or just been deployed. Could potentially bomb some of these wounded ones. It looks like the spawns were utilized, and now the air base is being gunned down now. Over here, do have some Imperial Warriors engaging Guardian Tank in melee range. It does take out that airfield now. Could potentially focus on the Guardian Tank. Does do a mass transform there. I think the Apollo should have stood and fight rather than falling back. Now a lot of these other air forces are starting to be cleaned on up. Now the Apollos are being camped. Multiple Apollos have gone down. Now there's just 3 remaining on the deck. Apollos pushing way forward, trying to gun down some of these Mecha Tengus or Jet Tengus. 2 of them are falling back. One of them does get shot down. And it's going to transform on top of the Prospector. Another transform there as well. And all of the most of the Allied refineries are being hit, just as one that's not being hit. Guardian Tanks could push on back. Got these ones engaging, got the Apollos camping them as well. He will lose one. The other one will escape on out of there. Or that both may escape on out of there. This one's falling back and does find a more javelin troop there. Does transform right there, so armor discharge should get some good damage. This other one will be spotted. So a lot of these jet tankers are starting to go down. There's armor facility here to get this Prospector repaired on up. Very nice. A lot of tank buses there, so with a good number of tsunami tank support, he needs some Striker VXs for mobile ET aircraft. Have these forces trying to push his way forward. You have now the tsunami tank starting being las. Cryo shot has been deployed and rolls a miss. He almost got one of his own guys frozen there, maybe a little bit chilled. There's a good number of peacekeepers here as well. But there's a lot of tank force here. Now got the nano deflectors charging forward. Doesn't get any good crushes there. One of these Tsunami tanks have gone down. Tank busters will do some great damage. Tsunami tanks trying to go for crushing the peacekeepers once again. Now they're starting to engage. Let's get inside the garrison there. Some of the Tsunami tanks have gone down, not accomplishing all too much at the moment. Peacekeeper now receiving some fire there. Those ones do go down. That Guardian tank does go down as well. Tsunami tanks are outnumbered, but there's good support. Tank force is still alive. Does get to the garrison partially re-garrison. It does take out those couple of Imperial Warriors there. Tank Buster does go down, does pick off one of the guarding tanks, getting a fully heroic Tank Buster there to get him, which was give him some health regen. Now you got another swarm of Tengus flying about. This prospector has these prospects actually fully went down in that harassment. Guardian takes now seeing some fire there. The allied player's economy is quite damaged, and he does back off. There was a big swarm of Mecha Tengus on the northern expansion. But this is Android saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Let's see now. That was this one here. Let's do this one. Greetings everyone, Android here with another Roto 3 replay. So on the left side as the Magenta Empire, or random, we have donate $44. Spot on the right side as the Blue Soviets, we have underscore, 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 underscore. Okay, get the point. Large number of underscores. Do now have the barracks being employed enough. Got a reactor out as well. How many bears will we see? I'm guessing 3. Nope, just the 1. You now have 3 dojos pushing way forward as well. 1 bear eyeing to spot how many dojo cores. Engineer has been pulled in the field and now eyeing the capital oil derrick. So there is 2 bears, not 3 bears. So I'm still incorrect. And now we do have a burst drone flying about as well. Oh, we got a battle bunker here. I like. Battle bunker being employed out right there. You have this Dojo Core maybe eyeing for some crushes. Imperial Warriors does slice up that bear and then lose an Imperial Warrior in return. This battle bunker can be very effective. Loading up some Peacekeepers and Flash Troopers won't hurt. And does spot the battle bunker there. A relatively rare item to see. There's at least 4 conscripts inside. That will prevent the Imperial Warriors from charging on forward. I don't think they can clear it out. I know Molotovs can clear out battle bunkers. I'm not sure about any other asset. And it does stop the Imperial Warriors from advancing on forward. It does get it repaired up as well, since its own structure, it can be repaired. And this will just prevent the Imperial Warriors from advancing forward. He does have a couple flak troopers to engage any dojo cores and maybe try to run past. But now he can just safely build up. He does keep his barracks up, doesn't sell it off. Defender core going on up. He may be expecting twin blades, but there's not gonna be twin blades currently. And now I do got a Mecha Bay. Isn't Dojo still here? And now we do have the bears going down. Does get mutual kill. Hammer Tank and MCV now pushing the way forward. We got a Jet Tengu flying about. We've got 1 Bullfrog and Hammer Tank here. He could perhaps load up the civilian structure with some flak troopers. They'll provide anti-aircraft support. And let's go and load up the Bullfrog. 1 of the conscripts in the battle bunker. I need to throw it over here. And doesn't get gunned down there, and actually flew much farther than I expected. And he will get gunned down the ground. Who's trying to push their way forward. Do have a flak trooper on the inside. I'm ready to throw some magmites. Doesn't have magmites pulled out. It's still just sitting on up. The Hammer Tanks could go ahead and just crush it. Or shoot it up a bit. Not necessarily crush, because that means something different. And now we do have the Mecha Tengu here severely damaged. The Warcraft could go ahead and start being retasked. And does actually throw a small little wall segment there. So he's going to get that canceled. Throws off that 1. There's still at least 4 conscripts here. Tank Buster from that instant dojo will come out while on the break through that area. Hammer Tank's not in crush. We do got a good number of Tank Busters inside this garrison. We need some conscripts over here to clear it out with some Molotovs. Trying to get another crush there, but it's not actually popped up. We get another good burst there. Boomblade, however, is a good item to help clear up this area. So we do got the jet tank does not push way forward and does get gunned down quite quickly. Trying to leash down, the bear needs to camp on more on top of the spawn. Does get a roar there too, so he can pick it off. You hear, thought I heard a conscript there. Tank Buster does go down, bear does go down as well, and now this Twin Blade's trying to gun down the rest of this Tank Buster. Starting to bonsai charge around, the conscript does get some good damage onto him. And now the Hammer Tank's maybe eyeing for some crushes. Mega Tank is over here. And we'll start getting leech on down. The Hammer Tank has got a little bit of health there. He could perhaps leech down some of his own walls. They do fall back there, trying to avoid any additional fire. Conscripts pushing way forward. Twin Blade's getting some great damage onto these Imperial Warriors. Tank Buster's now being focused on down, being slowly gunned down. We got some Bullfrogs here to help keep these Twin Blades alive. Another Tank Buster pull on field, trying to get these Bullfrogs. Does get that one there, does slice through that fortress wall. And now we've got a pair of Striker VXs here for anti-aircraft support. Great roar there. Doesn't get the veteran. Oh, does get the veteran one. And now the rest of this force could be crushed. Does lose that tank, Hammer Tank there. More Molotovs streaming forward. He's get the conscript AKs out. He starts throwing some Molotovs there. Twin Blades push way forward. Striker VX is trying to crawl on the ground or walk on the ground. He's great damage there. Hammer Tank now charging forward. Does get some crushes there. And now the Molotovs will come forward to deal with that Tank Buster. Striker VX is now just trying to run away. And the conscripts are still here. Gain some damage, anything passes on by. Bullfrogs get some damage there, but does escape the radius. Ore Collector does go down. We do not have this dojo going down. Taking out two of the heroic conscripts there. And trying to stall for the bonsai charge to end, so it gets the roar off. Let's get the kill there now. Adabunka still here. Does throw a conscript. Will perhaps quickly get gunned down. Does spot all the Striker VXs and Chopper VXs, that's for sure. Up north, we got the Tsunami Tank starting to form up behind the push from the north. Over here, the Ore Collector now seeing quite a bit of damage and will be gunned down. Nope, he will be saved by the Twin Blades. Though he's a little bit wounded. Bullfrog's getting some good damage there on these Chopper VXs. That one does land the ground. Hammer Tanks now need to engage. Mig does go down there, very nice. Engineer has been dropped on in. Now I'm to capture this observation post. Tsunami Tank's Nano Deflector has worn off. He still has a good number of Twin Blades in this region as well as Bullfrogs. So starting to push way forward. The Bullfrog's not in the right area. Twin Blades are basic force as well, trying to gun down some of these Tsunami Tanks. Does get a good volley there. Does take out that wooden Ore Collector. Let's go ahead and Nano Deflector away, getting some more damage there on those forces. Now you've got this Oil Barrack now seeing quite a bit of fire. That does go down. Up north you've got these rectangles. None of them are actually quite wounded. Does see some flak fire from this flak cannon. There's also a Tesla coil as well. Bullfrogs make it out of the way to sea. Long some twin blades, gets good damage there on these Tsunami tanks. Does use Nano Deflector there. That allows the Bullfrogs to charge forward to engage those Jet Tengus. And now the Nano Deflectors are falling back, the Tsunami tanks. Twin blades and Striker VXs do find each other. Striker VXs do get a volley. And now the conscripts still trying to gun down these Striker VXs. Striker VXs do stomp away. We got these two hammer tanks falling back, trying to get some repairs. Warcraft here has been rebuilt. Over here, the Storm tanks are facing forward, gunning down the observation post. And we've got some good number of tank forces here as well. Getting some good damage here. Now the deflectors have been activated. Twin blades and jet tanks push way forward. Do have a battle bunker still here. Still thinks a load of conscripts, no flak troopers. Yeah, it doesn't sound like there's any flak troopers. And now the Bullfrogs are advancing out to sea, but they need to get back on the land. Battle bunker will go down. There's a lot of Tsunami tanks here, not a lot of things to deal with the Tsunami tanks. 3 hammer tanks is not enough. Tsunami tanks are making their way forward. We do now have a flare being called in. There's like level 1 satellites. And these may actually be pretty good. Does get some good damage there, taking out public units. War Factory has gone down. Now a lot of stuff for the front line. Going for another War Factory, but looks like he will lose an airfield. And now got bears being thrown on in, which is exactly what he does not need, because they can all be easily crushed. Bears do go down, instantly pushing forward. Does get a couple of crush there. Bear does get a good roar there on the tank busters. The Soviet MCV will go down. Another War Factory has been built. He's going to need a lot of stuff quickly, but that's probably not a possibility. Crusher Cannon now seems to fire there. More walls going on up. More defense drones, and the Soviet player does back the game now. This is Antigrade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. See, that was this one here. Let's see now. Let's do that magma again now. Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Row 3 replay. Spawn on the bottom left side as the green allies, we have General. Spawn on the left side as the magenta allies, we have Cubicle. Spawn as the cyan Soviets, we have It Won't Go Away. And as their opponents, as the Yellow Empire, we have 10 GU. As the Red Empire, we have Roloff of Riverwood. And as the Blue Soviets, we have Silver Surfer. You know that he has selected random, so he wasn't prepared to be Empire. There's 2 allies, both on the left side. Over here, we've got 2 Empire, 1 Soviet, and of course another Soviet up here. Got some bears being pushed on out, trying to secure up this oil derrick. As well as some dogs advancing down south. Bear, Sea Bear, now eyeing to make his way onto land. Good bark there, allowing them to get the kill. And it looks like the engineer does claim that oil derrick. I do now have a naval yard being put up by the Soviet player. For some reason I can't select on it. There it goes. And it looks like the magenta player is starting to throw a lot of peacekeepers. Green has a lot of peacekeepers. Soviet player may need to get out some stingrays to deal with all these peacekeepers. Good number of peacekeepers advancing forward, trying to destroy this oil derrick. I'm not sure what the Soviet player is currently going for. Does not have another refinery at the moment. Does get a mutual kill right there between the Bear and the Imperial Warrior. The distance dojo is almost complete, but will be camped by the Terror Drone and by the Bear. Peacekeeper's now gunning down this oil derrick. We'll be taking out this shortly. Blue's now pulling out some bears up here. You got some harassment onto Science Refinery line by a couple of Mecha Tengus. And those bears do get cleaned on up. Mecha Tengus trying to deal with this infantry. He may need to realize an honorable discharge to clean them up. Mag mines do clean up the rest of that infrastructure. Bear over here being cleaned on up. We do now have 2 Jet Tengus now on the field. Or Mecha Tengus. Assault Destroyer trying to pursue this. Stingray. Stingray will make out on land. Or Assault Destroyer can pursue him on land as well. Does take out whatever that was. You got some good fire there. Armor Discharge does roll a big miss. Magenta MCV is now pushing way forward. You got these Jet Tengus flying about as well. Got a handful of Apollos here as well, but looks like there's enough Jet Tengus to force them back. One of the Jet Tengus do go down. There's Apollo will not go down, does get transformed on top of. Vindicator's coming for bomb runs there. Does get some good kills there, but maybe will gun down the rest of the stuff on the deck. There's those Vindicators. Over here do have Assault Destroyer push way forward. This MCV has up armored, and that Tesla coil does go down. Super Raptor looks like it will be next. He's trying to go for another Tesla coil along with some Tesla troopers. That's the other Tesla trooper there with that Super Reactor explosion. Air base here received quite a bit of fire. Good harassment onto Magenta's line. It's been quite defensive quite some time. Has expanded down the middle. Airfield does go down. He does go and withdraw from the region. There's too many bullfrogs. Does lose one of those Jet Tengus. Yellow does transform away as well. Paul does get forced him back. Does not get shot down there. I got this Riptide pushing him forward, getting some good damage there. Tsunami tanks, of course, will engage them. We do got this Assault Destroyer here. Once it gets on land, these Tsunami tanks can get crushed by it. Does use Nanoflux to get some of these guys healed up, as well as try to run away from it. And the Assault Destroyer will go down and saves the Orb Hunter as well. Does get some good kills there. MCV's push way forward. May get some great crushes there. Does get some great crushes there, taking out all that line of infantry. Over here, Apollo's moving around. Does get potentially a kill there on one of the Mecha Tengus. The Riptide is back down to sea. Only doesn't need too much to pursue it. Army subs having trouble engaging it, trying to breach first. Guys now advancing forward with some forces. That Riptide does go down. And now we do have some level 3, level 1 satellites that are already on in. Gets extra damage on the MCV. It can always back off through Mega Beta gets free repairs. Does do mass transform there. Does have a very, very good number of tank busters. Hammer tank does go down there. And now we do got Red pushing forward with his Tsunami tank support and those tank busters. Down south we do have the Peacekeeper. Does not take out the oil derrick. Red is now advancing on forward. And And Tsunami Tanks are pushing way forward as well. Have the Hammer Tanks here getting some leeching done. And we do have the Jet Tengus advancing forward, getting a brief kill there on that Twin Blade. Over here we do have, let's see, the Apollos being engaged, getting some good damage there on the Apollos. He does go ahead and push on forward with this arm as well. A lot of bears here trying to get some roars. Hammer Tanks starting to go down. Jet Tengus do transform, getting some good damage there. And now we've got this force now pushing way forward. We've got a crowd shot there. You may get some infantry frozen. Some infantry does get frozen there. Tsunami Tanks are still trying to push them forward. Tinkers are not being picked on off there. Another crowd shot does get pulled on forward. The infantry has to recover from being frozen. And looks like these Soviet player will hold out. Do got a fully heroic Pink Pulse here, against great damage there, but doesn't immediately get bombed by a Vindicator. Takes someone out, does get infected as well. And now the Tsunami Tanks are falling back. We got some weapon jammers here, taking out those cool subs with the weapon jam. Got multiple assault destroyers there. Oh, that final Voyage connects, getting massive collateral damage. Assault destroyer now trying to get some crushes there onto the Tsunami Tanks. This Frost Ore Collector has gone down, may have been crushed by a assault destroyer. Cool subs now engaging this naval yard as well. And we do have this aircraft carrier being infected. That is Greens and does get a snare there, so that's going to be slowly going down. We have a assault destroyer here. We actually finish off some of these terror drones. So now I think trying to sprint around, trying to crush some of these. Does crush all those bears. Hammer Tanks are falling them back. This one does get pinned to a corner. Looks like another one of the capital ships does get snared there. And both of those terror drones do in fact go down now. We've got these tank buses pushing forward, and they will go down as well. Down south we do have another infect onto a aircraft carrier. And it looks like this ore refinery may have gone down as well. We do got a sentry gun here. Great crush there, got crowd shot being pulled him out. He does get frozen there as well. Good bomb runs there. We got still got a pair of multi-gun turrets there, trying to engage these Tsunami Tanks. We got Emperor's Rage there, does get one that Peacekeeper as well. It does get that Peacekeeper crushed. Now got these Tsunami Tanks push way forward. Down south, we've got assault destroyers severely wounded, or aircraft carriers severely wounded with 3 assault destroyers to escort. And we got crowd blast now on field. Good bomb run there. A number of these Hammer Tanks are. Tsunami Tanks are now frozen, and also some of them will be gunned down by that multi-gunner turret. This multi-gunner turret will get gunned down as well, only leaving a couple of these Tsunami Tanks on the field. Does get some great damage there, taking out that prospector of that level 1 satellite as well. Multi-gun turrets still being cleaned on up. Red still evades forward with these Tsunami Tanks. And does not get a kill on this one just yet. Up north, you've got something like a bit of harassment there. Over here, this ore collector is seeing quite a bit of damage from this Dreadnought. Tsunami Tank trying to engage. The ore refinery is still up and going, and likely the next assault will take up the ore refinery as well as the ore collector. Looks like I'm not sure what actually exploded there, but I think a number of those terror drones did go down. Let's get a good impact on one of those assault destroyers now. Tsunami Tank now receiving some good damage there. And does manage to get the kill there. Got this one fully heroic. And that one does go down as well. Destroyer is still infected. Did some damage there. Ore Refinery now seeing some fire there. Blues losing a lot of infrastructure, trying to go from the Ore Refinery. Looks like he's stalled on credits. They need to set off the War Factory. Got a good number of bears here that will be cleaned on up shortly. Got a handful of multi-guard turrets here, one for each player. Twin Blade's now firing away, engaging these forces. Got some Striker VX for as well. And great damage on that Twin Blade. Does force back all the Bullfrogs out to sea. Bonus infrastructure starting to go on down. Got this wood gun turret also receiving from fire as well. Airfield does go down. We got these forces trying to engage these Bullfrogs. They will get crushed. Jet Tinkers are pushing forward trying to engage those Twin Blades. None of the Twin Blades went down, and all the yellow forces go down as well. Our reactor here, the Soviet player has NCV still alive. As long as he has it, you can still just call him protocols. He may even go for a crusher crate in order to crush these Bullfrogs to get a good cash refund. Striker VX is engaging these Twin Blades. Science Twin Blades will go down. Got two fully heroic yellow Twin Striker VXs, and now the Elite Dreadnought is getting killed off by some Striker VXs. Some good kills there. More Bullfrogs being pushed forward. Twin Blades getting some great damage. There's three of them fully heroic, but we've got all of these Apollos now in the sky. We're gunning down all of these Harper VXs. Got a good number of walls there, trying to hold back his opponent for the time being. The Soviet player may be out of credits for the time being. Oh, what was that? Oh, got Sentry Bombers. Sentry Bombers came in for a pretty sizable bombing run there. Empire MCV is almost down. He needs to fall back, get to repairs. And now got a cryo getting beam on field. Does pack on, set on up. But likely this MCV will go down. Now got double cryo getting beam on field. Trying to freeze on everything here. The Nano Tech mainframe core being pulled now. The Striker VX is nothing engaged these guard. He takes good EMP missile there from the green aircraft carrier. That may have been a mistake. And it looks like one of the players backed on up. I think only two of the team right sides are in the field. Blue is still in the game. You know, it can't contribute much. His MCV is still quite alive. Now Blue owns everything. He's backing up north. He does have access to Soviet protocols, along with a lot of Empire infrastructure. Boys infrastructure will start to go on down. Do got some laser strikes here. And Sentry Bombs get a nice bomber run there as well. Good damage there. There's also an Empire MCV. Now I do have, looks like the Assault Destroyer receiving some damage as well. Good Vindicator bomb runs. I think Blue is basically knocked out of the game. He's losing most of the infrastructure now. That one does go down. And now we've got Blue's core card does go down as well. already made some gain some hits there on the aircraft carrier. And now they have some satellites raining on in. Oh, did one of those satellites, Mark satellites, take out on Apollo? Red bomber runs there. Then MCP down in the middle, minimal health. It does go down now. This is the lose last base, and it will go down shortly. Such bombers even coming on in. That should destroy most of that infrastructure. Does not get some bombs there. And now, yep, that's going to be game. Okay, so something left on the map, and there we go. Now whatever it is gone. This is Antigrade saying thank you for watching, and on the next replay. See, that was this one here. And let's do this one here. Greetings everyone, and Grade here of another Road 3 replays. Bottom left side as the red allies, we have Prince Ali. On the top right side as the yellow allies, random allies, we have Max Capitalism. So it is an allies mirror. We do got a power plant here. Walls going on up. Over here we've got a boot camp. This is going to go for fast airfield. More walls. Yep, that's definitely going to be fast airfield. We got some dogs pushing way forward, help secure the area, and him going fast airfield. These dogs won't accomplish all too much, other than fast draw some fire and, and scout. He could potentially sit on top of this expansion point here if he pushes that far forward. And right now, he's not pushing that far forward. Engineer was delayed by those dogs. We got the Vindicator. The Vindicator make the bombing run under this engineer. But the Vindicator is not making its way that way. Does spot the dogs. Let's pick off one now. And he sells these at least one bomb, maybe two, depends on his protocols. And does drop the two remaining bombs onto that Peacekeeper now. Yeah, he's probably, whoever goes to fast airfields, definitely go for the extra bomb first. The Apollo's now pushed out from both sides. Yellow's gone for two Apollos. Red may need to go for a multi-gun turret here to help keep his airfield from being camped. You got three Apollos now pulled out for Yellow. Looks like Yellow's on the high ground expansion, so is Red. The Yellow dog does spot it. He could pass on top expansion point. Yellow does take out one Apollo there. Red does lose one. Another power plant. Now we've got a multi-gun turret here, eyeing to hit these Apollos. Yellow's Roost has responded. They does lose that Apollo there. Now it's a 2v2. Got a third one being pulled out by Yellow. One does receive private fire there, does try and pursue the other ones. The Vindicator does not receive any fire. Reds, or no, we got four Apollos now pulled out by Yellow. Reds are all back here, both of them. Getting some good damage there onto the Apollo there, forcing them back. There hasn't been any bombing runs by Red so far, or recently. We got a dog on the expansion point here, as well as over here. He could sell off his power plant to get out another Peacekeeper. Maybe I'm for a boot camp now. And Yellow's doing a good job of keeping Red at bay, and also preventing his expansion. More Peacekeepers being pulled out. We do have a multi-gun turret queued on up as well. And he may be eyeing for some garrison inside this civilian structure. He does get this location cleared out. We do not got another power plant here, as well as expansion. This expansion is up and going as well. So far, it's collected 1,250 credits. Down south, we got looks like these Vindigators being picked off by the Apollos. That one does actually get saved, and now the Javelin Troop firing some missiles there. Gains a good damage across multiple Apollos, but do all fall back. He does want another. Actually, just redeploys out airfield to high ground. Just getting repairs. Could potentially just top off the ammo. And now Red has claimed the observation post. Multi-gun turret here, firing away. Trying to clean up this observation post. Observation posts are pretty durable, so it will take a bit of time for that actually to be cleaned on up. We do now have a engineer load up on this multi-gunner IFV. Go see some rounds from multi-gun turret. He's the eject, does eject. And looks like they didn't accomplish so much. I think he's trying to go for some sort of cheeky engineer cap. I'm not sure about the oil derrick or the construction yard. Worth a shot. You never know when those actually may just work. And the multi-gun turret was sold off for some odd reason. Observation post still seeing quite a bit of fire there. That's fire volley up there. You got a nice little shrink there as well. These are following them back. Got a couple more gunner IFEs here. And now it looks like the observation post is being last, taking extra damage. It doesn't increase damage, right? More vulnerable attack. Whatever that exactly means. We now got cryo shots being put on both sides. This one, of course, does get frozen. He's going to push forward to go for Peacekeeper to get it shattered. This guy looks like he's going to be shattering it. Does sell off right there. Very nice. Got a lot of motor gunner IFEs here, as well as 3 Guardian tanks, 3 Peacekeepers. Got a large number of Guardian tanks here, as well as Peacekeepers. Of course, Kutre pushing forward. Does get a shrink there, but do have these Guardian tanks pushing way forward. No, oh, we do got a good amount of Apollos here for anti-aircraft. Does lose one of those Guardian tanks there. Try to go for that cryocopter there, but there's a lot of anti-aircraft here. Apollos now trying to pursue. There's a lot of missiles and a lot of javelins around this region. Going for this garrison is providing some good fire support or anti-aircraft support.
I might need some repairs, sir.
Got a good number of Guardian tanks here as well. No max clearance being researched. And now do got some Mirage tanks being put up by Yellow. They just... Okay, that must have been just moved around there. I didn't notice it earlier. It's like, it looked like it almost 2 units came out at once. Well, technically it's possible if you pause one and continue construction while another, but do got both Mirage tank and Athena cannon now put on the field. That was a late shield generator there. It's out of range of the armor facility to get repairs. May just want to reverse move back, get some repairs. There's one another Athena cannon being put on the field, trying to freeze down the multi-gunner turret. Peacekeepers could potentially get crushed there. Large number of those forces got crushed, frozen as well. Then the Mirage tank there. Those lose the Athena cannon. One Mirage tank has gone down. Paul's pushing their way back into repairs there, absorbing a lot of the repair drones. The armor facility does lose that Mirage tank there. Pyro shot not on field. We also have the two guarding tanks here. Apollo's engaging the Apollos. Got more Apollos pushing forward. The Multi-Gunner IFV is getting some good damage there. Both those Apollos escape out with minimal health. They actually may have been shot down. No, it doesn't look like they've been shot down. Rush Mirage tank pushing forward. This can receive a lot of shrinks there. I just shoot some of these infantry. Cryocopter lands on top of the Peacekeeper, taking it out. Guarding Mirage tank is a shrunken tree right now. Just in the tree, don't worry about him. Takes them both down. The Mirage tank shrink ray should be near off cooldown. It's great damage there. Now it's unshrunken. Another one has been on the field. It does get shrunken. The other one's frozen at the moment. And trying to get some good damage here. This Mirage tank is shrunken, and these shrunken vehicles can't get crushed by this guarding tank. So a frozen Mirage tank here now has not been shattered just yet.
It's not safe here.
Does get picked off there. One Mirage tank still remains shrunken down. Yellow's been not been pulling on enough anti-aircraft. Guarding tank does get frozen there. This Mirage tank, fully heroic, could get crushed by the Prospector. Does get some great damage there. Fully heroic Mirage tank does a lot of damage. Shrink down the Guardian tank now. And now the Mirage tank is camouflaging. Might be a good idea. Another wave of Apollo's been pushing forward, but yellow has, or red has good anti-aircraft support. One heroic, one elite. Mirage tank does try to run away there. Multi-Gunner turret does lose power, and now we do have the heroic Mirage tank frozen. We'll need more than just two versus the heroic and elite Apollos. Now do got cryo shopping on a few. Does do some good focus fire there on Red's Apollos. Does not take out that one. The heroic was engaging. Mirage tank's still pretty well frozen. Multi-Gunner IFV trying to get some hits there on the Apollos. Does get a kill down one of the Cryocopters. Mirage tank is still alive. It does get bombed by the now heroic Vindicator. We got another Mirage tank here. No expects a truck in the middle of the road. And there goes that Cryocopter as well. Your cryo shot a blast, right? There it is. Let's see now. He did lose that refinery. Does have this one going. Does not have this one here. Got two here and this three. So red has three and the oil derrick. He also has his oil derrick. He has 1, 2, 3 as well. Did get this one? The Prospector is still alive, so Git's just going to redeploy that to a command hub and then maybe go for another expansion. We may see that could be an ore refinery on the build queue. And right now, just Apollo fights there. Mirage tanks pushing forward, getting some good damage on this infrastructure. Let's take out that power plant there. Oil deck does go down, does destroy the shrunken Phoenix or Mirage tank there, as well as taking out the Peacekeeper. I do got that tree. I wonder if he's actually hitting the tree to get frozen. It does actually get it frozen. And since it's shrunken, it's really hard to hit. It does get shattered there. That is not one of his units. He's force firing the ground there. Apollo's pushing forward. There's the elite and heroic Apollo there. Heroic Vindicator pushing forward. There's a camp. There is a Mirage tank here as well. That one's actually pretty well hidden. Let's get some damage there. Cryocopter's advancing on forward. Ball does land, and now do got the Prospector now being frozen down. Trying to micro, trying to... these Apollos are dancing around too much. Prospector does go down. Also needs some health. There's a heroic one right there. It's great damage. Does take out that one. In a 1v1, the heroic one should win out. This Mirage tank can pop on out. Does get an ambush strike there. You don't actually see many times where the Mirage tank's effect actually does its work. Does get that shrunken down. Now there's this tiny tree there. Now crowd getting people on the field. Got two more Apollos pushing way forward. Does take out that Crowdcopter there. These ones do potentially escape. We may see this one getting shot. Yeah, it does get shot up. These are going to get shattered. He did not get that Mirage tank outside the radius. He actually threw it in the radius. Crowd getting another employer out there, which may continue to freeze down his own Mirage tank there. Man hub is being employed on out. No Core Finder being employed on out. And this Apollo's being immediately getting gunned down. He's unable to maintain air superiority. Or gain any air superiority. Mirage tank, the elite Mirage tank has been frozen. Now there's a multi-gunner turret, exactly what he needs, but it's going to get quickly frozen down. Apollo's also engaging as well. Crowdcopter does go down. That Apollo gets frozen. And Apollo gets deployed on out, and now got the multi-gunner turrets finishing off multi-gunner IV, and does get frozen there now. Crosshair now seeing some fire. And so does the Apollo. And with the Yellow's MCVs now frozen, there's no other production structures, and that is going to be game. Yellow does back out of the game now. This Android saying, "Thank you for watching," and on to the next replay. Oops, I hit my microphone. Let's see, that was this one here. We do a File Island. Let's do Cabana Republic. Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Relic 3 replay. Spawn on the bottom left side as the Green Allies, we have Green Alert. Spawn on the right side as the Magenta Soviets, we have Dark Nage the Best. Of course, we got a barracks being deployed on out, as well as a reactor. Over here, we do have a boot camp deploying out some dogs. Now we do got multiple dogs being deployed in the field. 4 dogs. 5 dogs. 6 dogs. 7 dogs? How many dogs are there? You got a single bear to engage a lot of these dogs. He may get one, but he can't get all of them. And he doesn't even get one. Soviet engineer, where is he at? There's actually no Soviet engineer. Oh, he does escape out to the high ground. That's probably a safe spot for him. The dogs start advancing on him. He has his hand revolver to shoot the dogs. Good bark there. And does get the roar there to save the bear. Does get the kill there. Kill in return. And does get a good bark there. And got a lot of dogs streaming on forward. And, oh, massive overkill of the bark there. Now the does get some good roars there, stopping all those dogs. That mass bark was a big problem. Big blunder deployed off by Green. Now it is somewhat clear to go to that oil derrick. Maybe a good idea to push forward the bears to support that engineer. Because now there's some more dogs pushing forward. We do now have these conscripts advancing forward as well. Maybe getting some of this garrison would be good. He is pushing forward with an engineer to claim this oil derrick. And his bear does get roared on, but doesn't get killed off. Got the conscripts haven't spotted. They try and get inside this garrison. Got 2 bears here. This dog's bark maybe on cooldown. Okay, that's definitely a roar range. That actually is a free kill. And he ran in front of the bear, so the auto attack actually got him. Good bark there. The veterancy on the bear did not save him. The comm engineers over here. And now we do have the MCV here. They could try crushing the dogs or getting on top of the expansion point. Any boot camp or barracks. Conscript here does get a volley onto that dog. A Stingray is now being pulled out of the field. Interesting. He's really having trouble with these dogs, isn't he? Now we do got an airfield being pulled out with a Vindicator and Crowdcopter advancing. He's not going to get that expansion, is he? There's a lot of good boys there. It's a dog park. now have these bullfrogs pushing forward. Crowdcopter making his way back up north. Dog up here as well. And now the crowdcopter is trying to freeze down the oil derrick. There's a conscript now on the high ground. I'm not sure what that's supposed to do. Now, you got a super reactor here as well. Vindicator and Crowdcopter pushing forward. He has some bullfrogs out in the field, not sure where they are. And does get to clear out the garrison there. Went a bit too close though. Ore Collector may go down. Bullfrogs trying to come back to save his buddy. And does not save his buddy. Does cancel the super reactor there. Maybe just trying to get the income so he can deploy out another ore collector. The engineer has claimed this oil derrick. I'm not sure how long it takes. It has been captured and how much longer it needs to take before it turns a profit. Something got loaded from one of these bullfrogs there. Dogs are running on by. The oil derrick is almost frozen. And, ooh! Didn't freeze it for long enough and got unfrozen before the bombs landed. Do not have a flak tower being deployed on now the field. Oil derrick now trying to be frozen once again. Vindicator may be on its way. But the oil derrick does not get frozen down. And conscripts are gunning down these dogs. One dog does escape. Nope. Does get gunned down as well. Does not stop the expansion either. Bullfrogs getting some good damage there. Does destroy the shrunken one. And now the Crowdcopter does escape to the high ground to stay alive. He needs to fall back into repairs. And a combat engineer has been shot over the cliffside in order to get there. There's also now a conscript here as well. I wonder if that's a fresh conscript. Do we got some more multi-gunner IFVs not being deployed on out? I know there was a Stingray that was deployed out earlier. Not sure where it's at. Bullfrogs, of course, will have trouble engaging these multi-gunner IFVs. Some more wall signals going up. He doesn't have enough credits to get the wall signals really up and going. And now this prospector's seeing or collector now seeing some fire. We do have a terror drone and a bunch of bullfrogs here. That's not going to accomplish all too much. Single hammer takes now push way forward as well. Got crowd bush shot being put on as well. The selecting one that is was a frozen ore collector. Hammer take now advance forward as well. And does not get the kill there on the terror drone either. Does get this one snared. This one's not being moved around. Let's take out that one. This one's now being snared as well. Flock tower receiving some damage. Do have now these mitigators pushing forward, trying to get a bombing run. And it looks like do got another expansion being frozen down. Let's take out the Tesla coil there. Got some bullfrogs retaliating. The ore collector also goes down as well. Got conscripts on all these high ground. And the MCV has packed on up. And does get a snare there. Not the infect at the moment. And does go and leech him down. Does give him access to a flak weapon. Or some sort of cannon. I don't even know what type of cannon that even is. Looks like a flak cannon of some sort, but I don't think it actually does fire as flak like a bullfrog. Indicators push way forward. You got the airfield being sold off or canceled. Pressure crane does go down as well. MCV is still... I'm not sure where the MCV is at currently. There's the MCV, trying to make his way up to the northern expansion. And the Bullfrogs does get some damage there on the Crowdcoppers. But looks like they all fall back in time. Shrunken Bullfrogs are also moving around. Crowdcoppers and Riptides now advancing out down to C. Doesn't have anything to engage those Riptides at the moment. The Crowd blasting Plum Field, trying to freeze down this force. Does cancel the Coil there, and does go for another Tesla Coil as well. He does take out their ore refinery, as well as that Shrunken Bullfrog. Does specific damage there, does take out one of the Crowdcopters. Riptides push way forward, gets a kill there on that Paradrone, and now got the Riptides engaging the Hammer Tanks. More Hammer Tanks push way forward. Of course, the Riptides can't crush the Hammer Tanks even if they're Shrunken. Does pick out themselves up with another machine gun. Does take out another one there as well. Got some dual wielding Hammer Tanks now. Looks like 2 of them are dual wielding, the other 2, no, 3 of them are dual wielding. Do with that flak weapon. I don't even know, still don't know what that weapon even does. MCV has been shrunken, moving around. He needs to get these Bullfrogs up north as soon as he can. Does get some good damage there. Conscript's here to spot. His Order has gone down. This Order has been reclaimed, and now MCV is pushing his way back up north. There's a single Riptide up here. And now Vindicator's coming for a bomb and run on something. Just throw your bombs at something. Can't really wait for that Orca to be frozen. There's too many bombs for that. Does take out that Ore Collector now. Could throw the rest of his bombs onto one of these power plants. Bullfrog's not pushing forward. Does get the kill there now. But he's going to lose a number of this aircraft. Some of these Crowdcopters do escape on out there. And it looks like some of them do fall back over here. And starting to leech down some of these housing to get some extra health on these forces. It does recapture this oil derrick as well. Magenda's now advanced support of all of these hammer tanks. You may need to hit that airfield. We got a war factor up here, and we do have max clearance, and there is a Mirage tank there. Farmer's come on in. He needs to start really focusing on single wall segments in order to start engaging the airfield. Motor Gunner IB is now being pushed down south, and as well as a Mirage tank. You could potentially leech down the Mirage tank to get get that Prism Cannon. And there we go. And there, one of them has a Prism Cannon. This one right here, the veteran one. Got extra weapons here, got some Bullfrogs here, needs to start hitting that airfield. Aircraft has evacuated up north. I just want to finish off this infrastructure. And let's get this one snared there. We do got satellites raining on in as well. Or the Desolator Strike. It was a Desolator Delta Airstrike. Or whatever the level 2 one's called. Trying to leech down this one here. This one does have the Prism Cannon. It's elite. It's still alive. And does get fully heroic there, but does lose it. Bullfrog's now backing down south. This infrastructure's still up and going. These ore refineries still have 13,000 credits remaining. And this Riptide's still gunning away against this flak tower. Bullfrog's just trying to run away. Now the MCV's going to be chilled once again. Trying to pull out a sentry gun here. MCV is receiving a lot of chilling effect now. And Sentry Gun will go on up. But it looks like there's not an angle to engage that Riptide. Bullfrogs do save the MCV. It seems to be moving a little bit slow and maybe chilled. And yet there's no angle for that Sentry Gun. Mirage tanks seeing quite a bit of damage there from the Twin Blade. Crowdcopter flying about. And some of the Vindicators receive a lot of flak fire as well. may go down to this flak cannon. A lot of that stuff is very wounded. I saw a bit of damage there. Another twin blade deployed on the field. It looks like these Mirage tanks will be cleaned on up. No hammer tank in the region to grab its gun. That's when will get chilled and destroyed. So it's probably going to run straight into that flak tower. No, it does not. So this one could pick off some of these forces. Bullfrogs push way up north. You may just want to get this infected, or nope, just twin blades. Good force fire the ground to get the missiles reloaded. Now I've got both refineries up and going for a pair of defense structures, the flak tower and Tesla coil. And I do also have these Mirage tanks on advance on forward as well. You will get the ore collector. Does throw the rest of his bombs there, and the flak tower does find some more burgers, and the cargo copter is still somehow alive. Motor gunner turret now being deployed on out. Air drone will find a snare there, but will fall back. There's some conscripts inside this garrison, and the ore collector is still frozen, but safe for now. Bullfrog goes down. This expansion may go down as well. There's two Mirage tanks here. We've got a good number of twin blades here. They fire from the high ground as well. Gets a good missile volley there, but does see quite a bit of damage in return. Cryo getting another on the field. Does sell off that infrastructure there. Gotta keep that ore collector up there in case he does lose another one. And I got the twin blades advance forward. He knows his force. He's going to have to go on in. Let's get a snare there on the motor gunner IFVs. Let's use the Mirage field there to help keep these guys obscured and safe. He needs that anti-aircraft. Air drones pushing forward. Does get another snare there, but will go down to a prism cannon. You now have the reactor receiving some fire there. Another volley there, taking out the motor gunner IFVs. Let's take out one of the Mirage tanks as well. And now it looks like the force does get cleaned up, does not take out the expansion. This one may be being crushed now. Some of these motor gunner IFVs are loaded with peacekeepers. That one does get snared. Twin blades are advancing forward. And does get one of them focused down quite quickly. So one of the twin blades do go down in return. Got some bullfrogs here. And these forces start to make their advance. But it's not really a high threatening force. Indicator does go down now. Got big missiles hitting up these twin blades. Trying to fire some missiles in return. One of those go down. None of the twin blades go down as well. We saw some of these peacekeepers there. Trying to focus down some of these guys. Harper one does go down. The Heroic twin blade's still up and going, so its health regen will keep it topped off in health. And the Crusher Crane's still back here as well. We now have the Naval Yard being plotted now. Green has expanded down into this bottom naval expansion. And most of these conscripts will be flushed out of this garrison now. Air drones trying to push their way forward, trying to get some infects, potentially. Now I got the twin blades advancing forward as well. Gets a good damage there. These motor gunner IVs will go down. Got this next one being focused down as well. That one does go down as well. Indicators pushing away up north. There is a flak battery here, and there's also Riptide. Does take out that Tesla coil now. Got the crowd getting being pulled on the field. Now the Riptide safely advanced forward. And which will get all... Oh, even gets the MCV. I didn't realize I was already partially chilled. Takes out that as well, so losing a lot of infrastructure right there, including the MCV. I didn't realize that MCV was already pretty close to being frozen. Maybe it was some sort of bug. A crowd getting shouldn't freeze the MCV like that. And it was frozen pretty quickly as well. Does get the impact there. Does see some fire in return. There's a lot of motor gun IVs shooting up at them. Getting some good damage there. And does get saved there at the last moment. He ran away from the repair drone. Indicators are falling back. We got conscripts inside this garrison as well. Well, it's a conscript. Conscript there does go down. And these peacekeepers go down quite easily. We got these javelin troops here, but they're not in garrison, so they will get quickly gunned down there. Large number of multi-gunner IFVs now pulling field. The Soviet player may want to get out some hammer tanks. That one will go down. Some bullfrogs go down as well. Indicators trying to find a bomber run. There are some now a fresh MCV as well as some hammer tanks. And does take out the expansion as well. Did not get that thing repaired up now, did he? Ghost not pushing me forward. I think there was just some ultra torpedoes that took out something. Do now have a Athena cannon now deployed on out. Ultra torpedoes do connect. Got multiple multi-gunner turrets now pulling on the field, but the expansion is destroyed. He can move on to the next location, but there are no next locations. You got now have the Athena cannons, multi-gunner turrets, multi-gunner IFVs, and the single tree right there. It's not a big enough defense force now, is it? The Athena cannon can start ripping this stuff apart from range. Let's get some good damage there, taking out the Athena cannon as well as the other Athena cannon. Cryo getting now being pulled on out. This time the hammer tanks may get frozen. We do got looks like a vacuum singularity. Looks like it rolls a big miss, however. And Desolate Airstrike will keep the area uninhabitable for a time being. Which does allow him to stall out. He does keep the Crusher Crane alive, still frozen, however. And that Ore Collector does receive some abuse. Takes 5 indicators to blow up an Ore Collector like that. Torpedoes are raining on in. He may want to get some ultra torpedoes. He does keep this Akula sub alive. He may just want to keep it back in order to just fire ultra torpedoes at range. Over here we do have these multi-gunner IFV spacing forward, trying to clean up some of this infrastructure or civilian garrisons. And does find an angle there to take that one out. there's a lot of multi turns there. It does save that refinery from going down as well. The cannon does fire a barrage there. We do now have these Vindicators pushing, sort of distancing around. And now I do have another vacuum singularity being pulled on out. And does grab a good chunk of them. Able to fire a good volley into the group, but sustaining more damage in return, honestly. Oh, he crushes his NCV. He is desperate for cash now, is he? These refineries are depleted. In this expansion here, it looks like it was being bugged out. Let's take another look at that. It's damaged. And its path is bugged. There are credits here, 4,000 credits, but here comes the Vindicators, and that will take out that prospect. Actually, no, it does up armor in time. So now he's even more wounded. But you got even a couple of Tesla troopers right here. Soviet players going to just go for all in for one last push. Let's get this prospector snared. Gets a bit damage there. Let's take out that prospector now. You got the Athena cannon push way forward. Does get a shot. Trying to focus down more of the Athena cannons. A lot of Athena cannons here. A lot of Mirage tanks. I think he has enough force here to stop the Soviets' assault. Though if he gets some snares there and perhaps get himself some free Athena cannons, that will change quite a bit. He's finding that Athena cannon and get it not on Siphon Beam. There you go. This one right here. Trying to push it forward. Mirage tanks haven't cleaned on up. There's a couple more Mirage tanks still here. And that one does get blown up by the Athena cannon. The Vindicators now push way forward. Get some good bomb runs off those Hammer tanks. Hammer tanks are charging on forward. Got some Twin Blades here. There's a lot of stuff that can do a lot of damage to infrastructure. We start leeching down some of the stuff. He needs extra health on these Hammer tanks. And there's some multi-gunner IVs, as was an EMP missile. He had directed there on those Hammer tanks. Does snare the aircraft carrier, taking down all the aircraft. Bears pushing ways forward. Not enough Bullfrogs here to engage these Vindicators. Both Vindicators do go down, or Bullfrogs go down. Does grab himself another weapon there. And Terrajun does snare the MCV. He can try focusing it down. The Athena cannon is still up and going. It is elite. He's getting fully heroic to get some health regen. Trying to back on off from the region. Trying to leash down some of the stuff. Does get a bit extra health there on the Athena cannon one. MCV is still just sitting there. It does go down. Oh, and there's another bomb run there. The Athena cannon one still alive, but severely damaged. That's not the Athena cannon one. I think the Athena cannon one did go down that barrage. I thought it was this one at first, but it is not, isn't it? We're starting to push way forward. Vindicator's coming for another bomb run. Getting some great damage there. Does take out the airfield. Hammer takes charge on forward. Two of them, of course, fully heroic. The Bears are going on down. Does take up those multi-gunner IVs. These four refineries, of course, are depleted. Down here, the Allied player still has expansion with income. He does have an aircraft carrier as well, so I think the Allied player will win. I think he held out long enough to deal with these Hammer tanks. Up north, he still has a lot of infrastructure up here as well. Though these Vindicators are burning up because they don't have an airfield and they have no ammo. There's no MCV to get the new airfield pulled on out. So right now it's all whether or not the repair drones of the War Factory can get them repaired up. He may want to get a bit more over to help get some more repairs onto them. Over here, do have the cool sub finds a direct hit there on the hydrofoil, so no more weapon jammer or anti-aircraft. Soviet player still has a chance to get win the game. So now there's another hydrofoil here. Fires a single torpedo there. And does take out the aircraft carrier now. Its income is down to minimal, but it's higher than Soviets. And now these Vindicators are burning on up. This refinery is also depleted. And there is an allied MCV. That is something very important. But he's going to lose his Vindicators either way. Got some javelin troops inside the garrison. I think these garrisons just be loaded with javelin troops, maybe. Power Cannon was Blood Dick. He's going to freeze his own power plants. Sells them both off there. They've got a cool sub. We've got multiple. Oh no, that's a bear. We've got a cool sub on the field. Oh, surgical strike. Campaigns have now been cleaned on up. There's still a good amount of infantry here. There is a crusher crane. No War Factory. He's going throwing everything in the naval yard. He could try selling off a super reactor for a bit of extra credits. Marine's also low in power now. A cool sub could just fire some ultra torpedoes in the general direction here. The bear does go down. They now have 2 cool subs. There are 1 hydrofoil I remember seeing. 2 hydrofoils over here. This expansion is important for the Allies player, because it's the only thing that provides him decent credits, and now he does sell it off. Up here, we do have the twin blades being spotted, going on down by these hydrofoils. Both hydrofoils are now fully heroic. I don't think there's going to be any more aircraft for the rest of the time frame, so the Caps can just keep their weapon jammer up and going. Goes on power plant there. He's now down to a pathetically low income, like the Soviet player. Soviet player now eyeing for a War Factory. And he looks like he's going ahead and pack up what remaining infantry have into these Riptides and make his way forward. He only has access to tier 1, not even heightened clearance at the moment. Maybe just storing up credits to figure out later on of what he wants to purchase, because whatever he chooses, it's not going to be afforded anytime soon. There's a lot of infantry there, which is very important. Let's see now. Yeah, 0 credits. Of course, you will need an MCV in order to deploy your protocols, but it's not going to happen anytime soon.
Mine's ready.
That's what he's gotten so far. I'm so surprised he didn't go for mass production. I mean, that's like more income. His opponent has the Podium Chasm ability, as well as a Cryogeddon available, and Surgical Strike. He has a lot of protocols, can do some severe damage. And he has vision in this area. There's the Cryogeddon there, with a lot of infantry now firing away. And this is probably going to win the game, these protocols. Does get the War Factory there, but does destroy all the power plants. War Factory does go down, and that's probably going to be game now. Yep, and that is game. This is Adam Great saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. So I'm probably going to call the stream early tonight. I'm getting a little bit tired right now. I haven't got any good sleep lately. So everyone, thank you for watching. Have a good evening, get some good rest, and enjoy.